Hi there, I'm Mike Hurst, and very pleased to be with you to talk about security certifications and what they're really worth. One of the hats I wear is as a security recruiter with HJA Consult, and I've been in recruitment for over 30 years. I don't know about you, but my LinkedIn feed is filled with people sharing their latest qualifications, accreditations, etc. But the big question is, does it really matter? Which qualifications mean something and which are just fluff and meaningless? So, first thing is, do they really matter? Well, if I thought the answer was no, this could have been a very, very short presentation. Personally, I hold two certifications myself, the ACES CPP and the IFPO CPOI. These are the top level certifications for the respective organisations. And certainly I feel that since holding these, I feel better in myself, I feel more confident, I feel that I've achieved something. And I think I'm viewed more positively than when I didn't hold them. And I did my CPP in 2018. I actually just recertified both of these qualifications in the last few months, and I did that by demonstrating that I've kept my knowledge and skill up to date through earning CPD points, hours over that period of time. So, what's the benefits of having a certification? Well, for me, and I think for hopefully a lot of people, they indicate skills and knowledge. Many people have experience, but they can't demonstrate it. I think they show a certain dedication and commitment to your profession. Studying for certification requires time, dedication, and it's a cost to it. It costs money to do it. And also, because you need to earn CPD in most cases, they show a commitment to continued learning and continued building up that skill set and keeping up to date. Positively, they give you a competitive advantage. They help you stand out amongst your peers. And there is evidence to show they do increase your earnings potential. As a recruiter, I take these into account when I look at people who have made the effort to get better educated, better qualified and certified. Obviously, it's not the only thing, and this goes hand in hand with experience, attitude and other personal qualities, but certifications are certainly something I look for. Now, some people, there's a difference between certificates and certifications. Certifications can complement rather than compete with other learning. So if you've got a certificate, a diploma, a degree, master's degree, doctorate even, those are great and they're really good, but a certification is different from that. The main difference being they focus on competency as well as just knowledge. I know people with doctorates who have also got certifications. The fact that you passed an examination, whether it be for a certificate or a master's degree, demonstrates you have applied yourself to study a body of knowledge in the past. And this is great, but it's fixed in time. The fact you did a degree 20 years ago doesn't mean you've learned anything since. And this is important. Certifications generally require additional extensive learning and a rigorous examination, and then, as I said before, I think more focus on competencies and application knowledge rather than pure abstract facts. They also need to be maintained, again through CPD. For example, my CPP, I have to recertify every 3 years. The CPI is every 2 years, and it's a rolling process. Studying, being trained, delivering training, attending webinars, seminars, events, all these things build up to it, and they add to the qualification, add to your knowledge, but also they hopefully make you a more rounded professional. Now, there are lots of really good organisations offering high quality certifications. I've just listed a few of them here. I'm very closely involved with the IFPO. I'm the regional director for Europe, and we have certification there, really aimed at the front line into management and beyond. ACIS, also very closely involved with, have 3 main certifications which are excellent, and they tend to be more strategic, where the IFPO ones tend to be more operational. On the cyber side, ISC squared, really good, ISACA, and some of these things, there's a whole range of cyber information certifications that are worth looking at. Depends with the management or practitioner, but again, excellent, worth pursuing if that's your area of expertise or area you want to go into. And they're not mutually exclusive. There's no reason you can't have a degree, a CPP, a CISSP, all these things. That they all build up to that body of knowledge and demonstrate you as a professional. Certified Port Examiner is very good, and TAPA, if you're involved in logistics, air freight, these are security related, but very much around the transport area. But again, worth looking at. And there's lots more. So I would look at these things, and which ones you choose are going to depend largely on where you are in your career now, what you require to do for your career, and where you want to go. If you think this is a direction I want to go in, and to get that I need some experience and some qualifications, look at that and go for that. So what can you consider really when you're going for certifications? Well, as I sort of hinted at, I mean, what are your learning objectives and career objectives, and which certifications best meet those criteria? Look at peers, look at colleagues, look at people whose jobs you might want to aspire to in the future. What do they have? How do they get to where they got? If everyone in a qualification in a company you're want to work for is a CPP or a CSSP, then that's probably something they're going to look for when they recruit, which goes back to the previous point about distinguishes yourself among other people and making you more visible and more attractive to a recruiter, whether that's an external recruiter like me or an internal recruiter, which most companies do. I touched on the cost. These things can be expensive. So look at what you want to do, both as a time commitment and also a cost. A master's degree is going to take you 2 years, and it's really good and worth considering if that suits your career path. But it's expensive and time consuming. There are certain things that, the phrase more bang for your buck. So look at the return on investment, look at things you may want to do, may want to pursue, and try and work out what's best for you. Do the organisations you're looking at offer support? Do they have in-house resources? Do they have mock exams? Do they have study programs you can follow? Do they, a lot of these groups are international. So is there a local or regional chapter or group that you can be part of that will help you with support? Is there peer support available? People who've already got it, who are prepared to sort of, give forwards and help you get it. Again, a lot of the certifications require you to have a certain amount of knowledge before you can study for them. But if you want to get to a different area or demonstrate your existing competences, these are a great way of doing it. A tricky one is look at the standing of the organisation you're offering the certifications. There's lots of really good ones out there. There are other people who you see and you think really probably not worth pursuing. It's a hard one to do, but there's probably somebody who's a critical friend, a colleague, a peer who can offer you some advice on that. Say there's some excellent, most are excellent probably, but there's some that really, really to avoid. But have they been around a long time? Do they operate regionally, locally, globally? And what is the process for re-certification? How onerous is that? And how expensive is it? And also, how do you study? For some people, self-study works really well. They're happy to work weekends and evenings. and do that and do it over a longer period of time. Sometimes, often with the support of an employer, they may support you by giving you time off during the week to do it. They put you on a training course, a study course. These could be a virtual course. They could be classroom based, a mixture of both. I think things will change anyway, but COVID has changed the way we both work and learn, and which is a good thing, because I think the wider offerings you've got, the better scope makes it easier for people to look at the options. So that's rather a whistle stop tour of certifications. It's a massive subject, and those are my details. I'm very happy to talk to people. Drop me a note, connect with me, follow me. If you've got questions, if I can help, I'm very happy to. I've been doing this a long time, and supporting people through their career paths is something I very much enjoy. So please feel free to reach out. Thanks very much.
Hi, Mike. It's so great to have you back here at Security Fire Live, and your support from IFPO as well as always really welcome. So thank you. And another great presentation on a crucial topic in the industry. So certification, personal and professional development is so important to everyone in the industry, not only for demonstrable competency in their field, but also in growing of knowledge, and also in an industry that is continuously evolving via standards or technology, and what seems to be kind of pretty much every day. So how are associations and organisations helping to educate or raise awareness of education to industry professionals? Perhaps you give us an example from IFPO.
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having me back. Always pleased to support the event. To IFPO is a membership body, but really the core of it is the education part of it, for the certifications and the e-learning. So we really want to build that career path, particularly for the frontline security. So people will be able to start as a security officer, educate themselves and build their career path through knowledge and through development. I can give you examples of people who have done our certifications and gone on to do high level qualification, master's degrees, etc. So IFPO, we're very passionate about promoting education. ACES as well, slightly wider, but again, education and the security industry. I remember that for a long time. Education is key to that, but IFPO really, that's its reason for being, is the education part of it. So I would encourage people to join associations, organisations, because I've got a lot out of it over the years, and I think being part of it, it does widen that network, widen the people you can talk to, and I think it makes you feel more part of the profession rather than just the industry.
No, definitely. And for those who might be looking to get certified but are not entirely sure where to look, because there's so many different programs available, where would you recommend they start?
I would say, well, partly I said it's easier said than done, but try and build that network of people you can talk to. But look at the people who are in jobs you might want to have, who are doing things you might want to do. What have they got? What qualifications have they got? I mean, you've got to find someone who's doing phenomenally well, who are highly respected, competent professional, and they've got nothing. But that's, I think, getting more and more unusual. So look at the people, have they got a master's degree? Have they got a CPP? Have they got whatever it is? So look at that. Think whether you want to work in the UK, whether you want to work internationally, and what qualifications and certifications work best for that. But I would say look at that. But again, if you've got that network of people, ask. I'll say, so look, I want to do this. This is what I want to end up in 2 years' time, 5 years' time. What do you think? Try and build, and try and garner some opinions. And if 2 or 3 people say to you the same thing, well, that's probably a good place to start.
Definitely. And you mentioned briefly about the changes in offering for certification since the pandemic. Would you say that for a well-rounded knowledge base in professional development, would you recommend maybe a mix of collection of CPD? So, for example, live events, video, classroom, virtual.
Well, yes, absolutely. Obviously, we're here. We've got an online event we're talking about now, Security Buyer, and that's great. And that has a really important part, particularly as people aren't traveling perhaps as much as they used to, and they can do these things and do it from their own desk or the comfort of their own desk, and that's a good thing. I do like live events. I think being there in person, talking to someone, chatting to someone in the coffee breaks, that's really good as well. Attending conferences, exhibitions, online events, webinars, podcasts. I must give a big shout out for our podcast, which is the Security Circle, which is ifpod.org. I must give that a shout out.
Of course, and we do have a session with Yolanda as well.
Well, good luck. I know she's done a wonderful job with that. But so a big shout out for that podcast, and there are other ones as well. So all this, try and look at a variety of media, and but yeah, no, they've all got their place. And I think the days where you had to travel hours and spend hundreds of pounds attending a conference are gone. You can still do that, and I wouldn't dissuade people from doing it, but look at what you can do, look at what you can afford, look what works in your work-life balance, and go for it.
And do you think this caters for people with different learning types or abilities?
I think it does. I signed up with ACES on their mentoring program, and I had a chap I'm talking at the moment, and he wanted some advice on networking, because he's spent his entire working career working for a government agency in the area of surveillance. So he spent his majority of his career not being seen by people. He's now, and this is all true, he's now in a job where people that want to get out, attend conferences and network with people. And he said he's happy to do it, but he just doesn't know how to do it. He's been, hiding behind bushes with cameras before now. So that sort of thing. So you try to find out what works best for you. Some people are happy reading, doing webinars. Some people really thrive on being at the buzz of being at an event and talking to people and chatting over coffee, this sort of thing. So work out what's best for you. As you said before, I think a mix is really good. And we do want people, because I think engaging with people in different ways is good for us educationally, but also our sort of whole well-being piece. I think it's important to get out there and talk to people. But it's always a mix, and the mix is good.
Definitely. And lastly, for any young people that are looking to enter into the industry or start a career in as a security officer, for example, what advice would you give them?
Well, depending on exactly where they are academically and what qualifications they've got, I was part of the SIA's Trailblazer group, which is helping to develop the level 2 apprenticeship, and that's now live. And there's lots of companies who are offering that, and that's you're working and do a level 2 qualification over a year, and that's really good way of doing it. If you're coming in with high levels, if you're coming in with a degree or a master's degree, security is a very wide field. It covers lots of different things, whether it's from operational security to strategy to intelligence to analytical things, legal, information security, cyber security. It's a wide range of things. So have a think what areas you're interested in, and there'll be opportunities for you. So keep an open mind, be prepared to change. Focus is really good, but be aware of opportunities as they develop. And it's a great I've been in the industry for 30 odd years. It's very varied, it's very challenging, very interesting. So I would encourage people to look at it very seriously as a career choice.
Definitely, well, wise words. And also, looking up and talking to people like yourself, to help that mentoring as well, to give open their eyes to the opportunities available in security. Definitely.
No, absolutely. Always happy to. I think most people, if you say, look, and find you're not trying to, you're not being too demanding. If you say to someone, look, I'm looking at this, can you offer us advice? Can you offer us help? Most people in this business, I think, will say yes, because they like being asked. That's always a good thing. But I think most people are happy to give you the opinion, give you some pointers. You don't have to take them necessarily, but again, as I said, the previous thing, if everyone's giving you the same sort of advice, same sort of direction, then maybe that's something to look at. So, but ask people and just say, be flexible, be open-minded.
Well, thank you, Mike. It's always appreciate your input and your support. And it's always great to chat as well. So have a little catch up.
Well, no, great. It was great to see you the other week of the show anyway. But so, thanks again for asking me. I'm sure this will be a huge success as normal. And, I hope what I said is vaguely useful to people.
Appreciate your insights, Mike. Thank you. If anybody has any further questions or wants to get involved with IFPO, please do connect with Mike and also the IFPO booth in the exhibitor section of the platform. So thank you and see you soon, Mike.
Take care.